Okay, I am to report, and this is going to be the only one. It's 12:18 on January 7th, 2024. Okay, the stuff and things I'm witnessing has caused me to have speech loss, memory loss from trauma, from stress, from trauma, not from head injury, physical impact or something of an object. No, thank God, no. But I gotta plug my ears here. The noise, the trauma, the just absolute terror, and the noise has caused this inability to speak very clearly. But I need to get this over, okay? My ears are nice and tightly closed with my fingers, so I should be able to do this a little bit better than if they were not plugged. Right now, the man, William Murray, and the female, Gwendolyn Ball, both in the ISIS terrorist cell, are acting as hired help for white nationalists. Okay, they're neo-Nazis. They're out of, I don't know where. I'm not going to start to say it on the map. My first inclination is Germany, somewhere in Europe. They're from overseas. They're hardcore white supremacists. They're not KKK. They're from overseas. Now, KKK can just be as bad, all right? I'm just saying where they're from. They're not from here. And they're white. Gwendolyn Ball and William Murray, ISIS terrorist bomb makers, are working as hired help for them. Once again, as I have reported, this is the fourth time I have reported, because this is part of what they do here. All right? They are acting as hired help. They are slaughtering and killing a lot of people who know them, who can lead to whoever is paying these neo-Nazis to do this. All right? These neo-Nazis are more of the militia, and they are not military, but they work with the U.S. military. Okay? The U.S. military is directly working with William Murray today. There's 7 U.S. Navy SEAL cooping military bringing the U.S. Navy SEAL chemical weapon to this man, which is why I was attacked with today and why I thought I was dying again. And there's 7 of them, and they want to come in through the hole that is in the wall on the 3rd floor, and that's all I have to say, and some other entrance, and I am not at privy to know what other entrance, because it's just not for me. I'm not in combat here I'm just not. So what I'm doing is sheltering in place. And at the same time, with these Navy SEALs that come here, the cooping military brings a very, 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 very ferocious, evil, and dangerous former GRU. A lot of the former Russian military were former GRU. Some of these GRU were not in organized crime. They were regular, recruited, went up through military training through the years, but were serious, hardcore neo-Nazis. Okay? Russia has a problem with that, as so does the U.S. The United States and the continent of Europe, are on historical record for being 2 to 3 times worse in uprisings of white nationalist fascism. I mean, we started world wars over it 2 times already. Okay? Russia fought us both times, but there was still white nationalist neo-Nazis in Russia. Wherever there's white people, this evil and sickness was sitting there. All right. So I am sheltering in place primarily today because the GRU, the good guys, are here protecting me, but they know all the tactics of the evil GRU, of course. And the evil GRU is, I guarantee you I've learned this, as soon as those 7 U.S. cooping Navy come here, presto, there's the evil GRU. Okay? This gets very complicated. I'm not sure if some of the evil GRU might even be some of these evil white nationalists setting up one another. I just, these type of individuals don't have the dots connecting in their head, okay? They'll kill their own wives, kids, grandma. They don't have the capacity to love. Okay? If they say they love you, don't believe it. They're not capable of that. A person who truly says, hey, I love you, man, doesn't try to kill anybody else. Okay? Somebody who's got their marbles missing and just kills at will, doesn't like something someone said, or the way they're dressed, or the color of their skin, or whatever the reason is, they killed the person for no reason. That person doesn't have their marbles to look at you and say, oh, I love you, man, I love you. All right, and as adults, you should know this, okay, by about age 15. All right, so this explains why I can't film today, dude, or talk about anything, and it goes on and on and on and on. But it explains where the poison's coming from, and it explains the desperation to go onto the internet. You should have seen what I witnessed. I can't talk about it. I'll not forget this shit, and neither will the good guys that are around here watching all this crap too. All right. So the good guys now know that they probably already knew, but just let me say what I say, how I say it. The good guys now know about the 7 U.S. cooping Navy. The good guys know about the evil GRU. And the good guys now know about the neo-Nazis out of the country. They're not from here. Maybe Canada. I'm done, dude. They would know more than I do where these fucking creeps are from. And they've hired on the 2 ISIS terrorists inside of 1509. That's the cannibal male and the cannibal female who receive mail here. They're legally logged in as living in this terror cell. All right, so these neo-Nazis who are killing everyone are killing all the people that I've witnessed doing stuff and things I can't talk about. I am allowed to say I've witnessed a gang of people in here today, just since I woke up. And I have typed it and said just a few statements that would clearly say it. Since last night I've been saying that. You just read over my notes. There's mucho people in here. So these white nationalists, neo-Nazis from overseas are killing everybody. This is my words, all right? It's really evil people. I don't understand who agrees to work with these people or associate with these kind of people. I don't even get this. But it happens here, and all I report is the stench of dead bodies and bombs and stuff, and I can't talk about anything today. This is like probably the only thing I can say. And I praise God, and I praise God, first of all, for making this possible to even speak what's happening in my life. I'm really angry about this, that I can't do that. And then I praise God for sending people like the GRU and the good Navy SEALs. They're with the GRU. I praise God for God sending them here. Their presence is very clear and obvious. And I'm just going to try to take it easy today and stay safe. It's evident that this needs to stop here. Nobody is thinking anything else. We're all on the same page. The killing spree, the government protecting this kind of violence and just barbarianism absolutely has to stop here. But I am to report that. So the male and female here are on record again for being hired on help to dismember, chop up all the dead bodies that this group slaughters. I have witnessed this. This would be the third or fourth time I can tell you with assurance. I've typed it too. I've made it public. These two individuals here are so fucking evil and violent. This has to stop. And then, unfortunately, I can't talk about if I witness it, but we know what they do once they chop up the bodies. It's hot fry or simmer. I'm not fucking kidding. I am done. At that point, I'm in shock. And at that point, I'm opening my windows and I'm gasping through my mouth and I'm in fucking horror. But I can't report it anymore. Okay, so the two here are acting as the most disgusting fucking violent people, getting paid mucho dinero. And then we'll be back to what? When this is done? Back to being good old terrorists for Biden and Trump. Okay, but look, when I say terrorists, so much comes to mind that I want to report, and I can't. All right, and it's not because of the good guys being mean. It's because we're getting there every day, shutting this terrorist cell down. And a big part of that unfortunately I have to do is not go public with everything I'm witnessing. Okay, goodbye.